So I had a question, and I talked to Rico about it briefly earlier, talked to David. I said, look, let's just do this. And this is really about you guys, the fans. And I'll give you my take on this blessed anniversary day. But what is the minimum you can live with this fall as a Wolverine or as a Spartan? So to give you an example, what's the minimum I can live with without saying mean things about Mel Tucker, without being apoplectic, without doing rude things on the air, and to where I would feel like, okay, I'm not happy, but I'm not mad. I'm accepting of the reality of what has just taken place over the prior 13 weeks.
First 3 drives without a score.
No, we agreed yesterday. I'm not allowed to be angry until 4 drives.
Okay.
But for me, it would be 6-6. Now, I don't have any caveats. Well, 6-6 with a win over X. No. Just 6-6. Get to a bowl game. Show me that you've infused enough talent on this roster that you can get 6 wins. And show me that you've finally begun to get this thing out of the death spiral that Grumpy put them in. I can live with 6-6. Now, that I know is probably surprising to many people, being that I hold my teams to very high standards. I understand what Mel Tucker took over. I understand how difficult last year was. It's weird because the 2 wins were over ranked opponents, you and Northwestern, but 6-6 for me. I want to know the minimum that you guys can accept from your program, whether you're a Spartan or a Wolverine. 248-539-9797. And you are allowed. Add whatever caveats you want.
I got a caveat.
Okay, this is your menu. You're ordering dinner here. So for me, I just happen to want the result of 6-6, a bowl game. Get this thing. I view it like MSU's already done the dead cat bounce. Now, let's get this thing back on a trajectory of some form. 248-539-9797. Rico, what is the minimum?
Yeah, I would go 5-7, but the caveat is this. At the end of the year, you definitely have your quarterback. If you got to go through a few quarterbacks before you finally get your guy to build upon, but you go 5-7, I'm okay. 5-7 and you're still playing the quarterback shuffle, not okay. But 5-7, but knowing the final 3 games, we found out that this guy is the guy, and you won your last 3 games, fine. I can roll with that. I can live with that. But that's probably about it.
All right, flip the coin. Now, for Michigan, you know this. I don't care what you do. I mean, if it were up to me, you'd go 0-12 and lose every game by 100 and then fold your program and leave the state, and I'd never have to hear about you again. I know that that's not real. So, like, if I were a Michigan fan, which is a chilling thought, but if I were, the minimum I would be able to live with this fall would be 8-4. Now, 8-4 is not some high bar of achievement, but 8-4 is the middle ground between slightly better than mediocre and definitely worse than really good. And to Rico's point, you're breaking in a new QB. If I had to make a wager that you would play multiple QBs this year, I would bet yes. But by the end of the year, have that QB, win 8 games, which means you beat somebody. Look, you're playing Wisconsin and Michigan State and Ohio State and Penn State and UW. I mean, it means you beat at least one of that group. And, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to add a caveat, no, it can't be 8-4 where you lose to Ohio State 56-24. Can't be. There has to be a level of competency versus the Buckeyes. And mind you, new quarterback at OSU, replacing most of the O-line, replacing the running back.
True, but here's the thing about the Ohio State thing, Mike. By the time they get to week 12, that quarterback's not new anymore.
If he's the guy.
He's got a year under his belt.
I know, I'm just saying, we don't know if C.J. Stroud's the guy. What if he just stinks? It is possible.
Is it?
Okay. 248-539. Look, people, he's all hopped up. He's in now with the athletic department at MSU. Alan Haller, as I've been saying for weeks.
You mean Dallin Baller?
Dallin Baller, the new AD at MSU. Rico, now, this is official, has access to the Hannah building, and from what I've been told, a parking spot, and he doesn't even have one of the signs with a number on it or a name. It's just Rico's picture. It's actually a fat head on a stick at that parking spot. Property of Rico Beard. Very exciting times. We now have juice in the AD department.
So I got an office in the 1855 building.
Ask Alan. I don't know. 248-539-9797. David, what's that minimum you're willing to live with this fall with your football program? And think about it now. Don't be hatchet man. Don't be a meth head. Be real with me where you know
you're right.
You can live with this result.
No, you're right, because I told Kenny, of course, I want Indianapolis, but that's not realistic. That's not realistic.
No.
So my minimum is probably.
And just think about it. When we say this, we mean you're disappointed.
Right.
But you're not chucking all your swag into a bonfire and lighting it.
What's the gray area between disappointment and happiness?
It's probably 8-4.
Okay.
It's probably 8-4.
Any caveats?
No caveats.
So 8-4, but you lose 63-24 to Ohio State.
I don't like it, but 8-4 I'm fine with.
This is personal growth.
I am fine with that.
This is maturity, people.
I'm trying to, Mike.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Now, can I just ask this question? 8-4. I'm just pressing the envelope here. And for you guys in listener land, you have to answer these questions as you call us. 248-539-9797. David, 8-4, but you lose to Mel Tucker on Halloween, and you lose to 2 of the 4 losses are MSU, OSU. Does it change your mind?
That one might change my mind a little bit.
Okay, so
Can't lose
David
to
But how about this? I give you Wisconsin.
Yeah, but I'd rather have Michigan State. I live
Team
with
that
you
has
all.
jail sexed you for the last 4 years.
I live with you all. I work with you all. I need to beat Michigan State.
No, this is good, though, because this is where we have to go down the emotional checklist for people. David needs 8-4 and a win over MSU. I don't think that that's crazy. I don't think that that's wrong.
So that probably means you lost to UW, Wisconsin, Penn State, and Ohio State.
And David's willing to live with
You're
that.
okay with
I'll
that.
live with that.
248-539-9797.
So are you just throwing candy at people on Halloween if
No.
Michigan loses to Michigan State?
Oh, God.
No, that would have been I should have did that last year
Just
because
rocks.
we weren't supposed to lose last year.
Just right.
I'll give him the candy.
I almost view the MSU game for Michigan this year that it doesn't matter what they do before it. A loss to MSU on October 30th would soil all of it.
Mike, it's a must win.
Right. Like if they are, I'm not going to say undefeated. That's let's say they are 5-1 headed into MSU.
Uh-huh.
They're ranked. You feel good. You know ESPN is going to be busy fluffing your nuts. If they lose to MSU, sky falling.
It's
Now, if they're not good headed into MSU, it would serve as the validation for the negative title wave. We hate this man.
and that's why I say no matter what,
Must win.
it ain't the Ohio State
Okay,
game
so
this
then
year.
is it fair to say that when we get the listeners calling in about U of M, and for Spartan fans who complain we don't do Spartan football, I mean, here's your opportunity. No matter what people call in with, do you think beating MSU is this standardized caveat we have to add?
This year, yes, I do.
Okay.
Because Harbaugh's entire livelihood ranks on this, Mike. Think about this. All the coaches, when they got fired from Michigan, why'd they get fired? They lost to Michigan State too many times.
Why do Doug and Scott leave the thermostat at 81 degrees in here?
I have no idea.
What is this?
I don't know.
What
I'll
type
turn
of
it down.
maniac does a radio show in this heat?
in the summer?
All right.
I got
You
it.
adjust that. I'll take care of some business. 248-539-9797. The minimum you are willing to live with this fall for Michigan State and Michigan. And you put whatever caveats you want in there. The one we came away with, though, for U of M, and you can say whether it's right or wrong, come hell or high water, must beat Michigan State.